Welcome to a new week and a new video. It is Sunday, the 28th of January 2018. And it's a rainy, gloomy kind of Sunday. I'm home alone because Eric still hasn't gotten back from Georgia, but he's on his way, I think now. They should be back around 6, I think. So I'm just hanging out at the house. My hair's wet because I just showered and got ready. And I am about to go to campus to work in studio because I haven't been very focused at the house as of late. So I'm gonna try to go get some work done there. This morning I just woke up at like 9. I kind of laid around for a little bit and made some eggs and coffee and then edited together last week's footage into a new video. And I think I just wanted to start this one off on a Sunday because Monday mornings are always rushed when I'm trying to begin the video and take a clip like while I'm trying to leave the house on Monday morning. So I figured I would just start it now because I have a little bit more of a chilled demeanor. But yeah, the plan today is to finish a paper that is due tomorrow, which is just like a 2-pager, so it shouldn't take that long. And then work on some reading. I think I need to get some reading done today. Otherwise it'll just get pushed and pushed later and later. There's someone right outside my house right now, so I'm kind of... But yeah, get a little bit of reading done today. And maybe work on my Rhino Revit model. Not Revit. Maybe work on Rhino and Grasshopper later tonight when Eric gets home. I finally started working on Grasshopper stuff last night whenever I was over at Lauren's. I went to Lauren's to watch that movie. Who is that person that's just sitting outside my house? Oh, I think they're coming onto the porch. Okay. I guess they were just leaving something on my doorstep. It was just a gold van. Must have been in the mailbox. So last night I just went to Lauren's after like 6 o'clock and we watched that movie. And I tried to work on some Grasshopper stuff, which that program is so weird. I have never really used it before and I feel like we should have learned it like 2 years ago because it makes things so much faster if you know how to do something that you want to do. Luckily, I feel like I'm kind of at an advantage because I don't have something really specific in mind. So I'm just kind of using tools that I find and like seeing what happens. I have a lot of data and information in an Excel sheet and a lot of different variables that I kind of want to show in an abstract way. But I don't really know how I want it to look. I have some drawings that I've pinned on Pinterest that I think look really awesome, but I'm just kind of rolling with it. But mainly it's just a lot of little bits that I want to get out of the way today, and I feel like a lot of the stuff that I need is at studio and I'll just be more productive there. Update on post spin class. I didn't really feel sore except for like where I'm bruised from sitting on that really uncomfortable bike seat. It's awful. But had I stood up when everyone else is standing up and like biking standing up, I wouldn't have probably been as sore there. But my legs don't feel very sore, so that tells me next time I need to go harder and push myself a little bit more. But I am definitely really excited to go back on Friday. I think that's it. When you get the very best parking spot, the very first one right in front of the building, and you're right next to Summer Abston. Woo! Guess who's back? Back again. Eric's back. Tell a friend. Oh, Mondays. Eric.
Well,
Filming. Do you want to be on film?
sure.
You just took a shower. You're so clean. What are you doing? Cooking? Eric's cooking a whole chicken. Famous Eric chicken and potatoes and a mushroom sauce. Yeah?
Not a sauce, it's a stew, like a little soup.
Oh, a soup to go on the side?
Yeah, like a mushroom coconut milk stew.
Yum.
Soup.
Today has been a Monday. I don't think I didn't film anything this morning because after waking up with plenty of time, I then squandered my little time and couldn't find my keys. They were in my jacket pocket the whole time, the jacket that I wore last night. But that didn't occur to me this morning, and I had to get my spare car key out of my desk and then lock myself out of the house. And the whole time my keys were in my jacket pocket. So that's how it started. And then I had 2 classes, co-prac and history, which just went normally. Had about 30 minutes between. Right after history, I went and actually had tea with Abigail in the library and talked about the struggles of teaching and how discussion was kind of awkward, and she gave me some tips, and we just chatted about it for a little bit, which was really nice and helpful. And then I went back to studio for like 30 minutes and then had to turn around and go to George's studio's review because I told him I would be a critic on it, and I was one of 2. There was one other guy there who used to be his teacher, a professor, and so instead of working for 4 hours in studio, which would have been very helpful today, I critiqued 2nd year studio projects. So needless to say, after that I felt like I was very behind because everyone else had worked all studio and I hadn't. And there was a lecture tonight that I really would have liked to go to, but I decided to come home and get to work. Since I've been home in just about 2 hours, I have pretty much completed one of the main drawings I want to have for our review on Thursday. I called university printers today to see if they could print on Mylar because I really want to have these drawings as like layers on transparent paper, Mylar or vellum. I don't really know which one they use. And we used to be able to do that at school. I'm not sure if we can anymore. So I sent an email to our guy too to see if that was possible. But cranked that one out pretty quickly, and that makes me feel a whole lot better. This day has just been cray-cray. I feel like I keep saying that, and I feel like it's just going to be more and more cray-cray as time passes this semester. This was also a fast day, and I haven't eaten anything all day. I've had tea and water, and now I'm having a beer, which is probably not the most wise thing to do. But I'm about to eat some chicken and potatoes, and I couldn't be more ecstatic about it. So that's the status of my Monday. Hopefully the week just floats a little smoother from here. This is the drawing that I did tonight. So I was working on the rhino model of our kitchen for a while, for a couple weeks now, in little bits. And this is traces. These are traces of kind of the life of the knife. So I'll show you without the kitchen. This would be like the top layer. And then the layer underneath that is the kitchen. So if all of these are turned off, that would be the lower layer of Mylar vellum, and then all of these traces would be on top. So that's how that would look. And then the second drawing of the main 2 would be like a mapping, more abstract thing. And I've started that with Grasshopper, but I'm not a pro at Grasshopper, and I think I might just have to make it happen by hand how I'm seeing it. I think I have a picture of some inspo that I can show too. So if this will focus, this is kind of, I don't know if it's really showing up. This is the drawing that I've been pulling inspiration from. As you can see, there seems to be a lot of data down here, and it's kind of a little bit more collage-y on top. But right now all I have is points plotted in space relating to the origin of the knives, like on a map of the world, because some of them are Japanese, some of them are French, some are manufactured in the US, so and Germany. And now I have to incorporate all the other variables that I have laid out in the Excel sheet. So how I do that is really abstract, so it really doesn't matter, but I just want it to look really awesome and to portray this kind of global existence that is housed within the room of the kitchen. Hello. I just got home from the post office. This morning we had portfolio class and that went well. We had like a pinup, and then came back home, ate some leftovers for lunch. By the way, it's Tuesday, the 29th. Yeah, 30th. I'm a day behind all the time. It's Tuesday, March. It's Tuesday, January 30th, and I just got back from the post office. We had class this morning for portfolio design, and that went well. We had like a pinup, and I think I'm getting really close to the design. It just needs a little tweaking. So then we came home, Lauren dropped me off, and I ate some leftover potato and chicken for lunch. Went back to school so that I could turn my drawing file into the DPC, Digital Print Center, so they could print it. And Jeff was in there and he was like, oh yeah, I could probably get to it today. And I was like, oh good. I thought it was gonna take a long time, because you never know there, and I don't trust it. So I'm glad that it's not busy, and I'm glad Jeff's doing it. The guy that actually runs the place, not a student. So he said it'll probably take less than 24 hours, so that means I could probably pick it up tomorrow, and then I'm gonna try to finish my other one today so I can get it printed tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be ready by Thursday morning when our review is Thursday. Mine's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So went to the post office to pick up Eric's package from Japan. There's another knife. So you can't keep buying knives or my research won't be up to date. But and I stupidly asked them to print up a label for me, and they're like, we can't do that. So I need to like print it out on paper and stick it to the package, which I knew because I've done that before. I don't know what I was thinking. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I had bought some clogs from Sandgrens, which is a Swedish company that makes actual like authentic wooden bottoms, leather top, but it's like vegan leather clogs, and these are super cute and very modern looking, like a nude color, but they were tiny. I think their sizing is all messed up because I got a, it said it was a 10, but it said an EU 40, and I thought that sounded weird, and it was, because I think my Birkenstocks are 41s, but I usually wear 9.5, so I went with the 10. And then I even like measured my foot after the fact, after I got them, and was so surprised how small they were. And my measurements said that size, but I'm exchanging them for an 11, which is insane. I don't own any 11s, but it's a EU 41, so I think that'll probably fit, hopefully. It is supposed to be really stiff, but I like couldn't even get my foot in there without I put like tights, like hose on one of my feet, one foot, so it would be slippery, and got it in there, and I like couldn't stand up. I don't know why I did that. It obviously didn't fit. But so I need to send those back so I can get the new ones. I'm really excited. I hope they'll be like my new springtime / summertime shoe, all the time shoe. It's super cute. I'm excited. I was very disappointed they didn't fit, but I'm patient. Now I'm trying to work on this drawing for Thursday that is evading me all the time because I don't know what I want it to look like. It's just gonna be, well, I showed a picture of what I was inspired by, that drawing on Pinterest, but it's really abstract and it could be whatever I want. So it's kind of awesome because I can make it, it's just art basically, and I can get really creative with it, but at the same time I'm just like procrastinating, which I'm doing right now. Just made some coffee, and just procrastinating because being creative's hard, man, but when I do it I love it. So I'm gonna get into it and do something awesome, and I will talk to you later. Okay, I just got it to a point in Illustrator where I think it might be good for the bottom layer. Let's see. It's pretty huge, so I think it's like 32 inches wide. But I've got like a map in the background that's like blurred, so it's not a literal map, but there's some smudginess to it. And this encompasses all of the material of the handles and the blades and the cost and what's it called? Length of the blade. So all of the logistical and marketing data as part of this drawing. But that's just for the bottom layer. Now I have to do the top one. And that's all Eric data. So what they're used for, where they're bought from, how long he's had them, and where he learned about them from. Which is good because he's about to be home, so I can ask him some of these things. Good morning. You see me? Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 31st, and this month has felt like it has about 85 days, not 31. But I'm excited that tomorrow's February and tomorrow is our first thesis review, and I think I finished that other drawing last night. So happy. I have to pick up the other one. I got an email saying it was done printing, and it's really not like nice to look at while I'm just walking through dark rooms, is it? The sun's really bright in here. Maybe I'll go in here. The other drawing got printed yesterday, so that's done, and I want to go pick it up this morning and then turn in my other one so that maybe I could find like a spot where it's not blinding. There we go. And then I could turn in the other one and have it done hopefully by 5 o'clock today. That'd be awesome. Are my prints too clashy? I ask you like you're going to answer, but you're just a camera. I didn't do my hair today, so I have like all the time in the world right now. So I think I might make a new label for my clogs package that I couldn't mail yesterday and get it ready, and then I could just drop it off on the way to get Lauren. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm back home. I'm back home. Ooh, what a doozy of a day. Oh, and now I come into this beautiful afternoon sun. So yeah, I evidently just love taking clips where the sun is just streaming into my eyeballs. Look at this lens flare. Ooh. So I picked up the drawings that were printed yesterday. They turned out really nice. And then I had a little bit of trouble with the other drawing that I finished yesterday. I turned it in and I was like, great, it's 9 in the morning. I just turned this one in. No, it was 10 in the morning. Whatever. I turned that one in and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be done. And then Jeff sent me an email saying, this is 36 by 24, not 34 by 24, and it has to be at least half an inch smaller than that to plot on the printer. So I don't know why that happened. It was something to do with the file saving weird because of the artboard. I don't know, there was stuff hanging off. And I had to like quickly, I was sitting in Abigail's class in history, just like frantically trying to redo the PDF from a TIFF and like make it the right size. Finally it worked, and he printed it at like 3 o'clock. I left after 12 and went to the post office because after saying that this morning and making a label, I left the package here. Also remembered I obviously have to go into the post office to ship it because I just, does this make me a millennial that I don't know how to use mail? I just am so used to them giving it like prepaid sticker. I sound like such a millennial. Usually with packages that I return, there's a prepaid sticker for postage, and then I had to like make my own label, go to the post office. Oh my God. But anyway, I came back home after history and picked up the package, took it to the post office, got it shipped. So those are on their way, and hopefully I'll get the other ones soon. And Then I went to get Chick-fil-A because I'm worth it, and I was just feeling like I needed to pamper myself a little bit. And then I went to Jerry's and got some binder clips that I'm not gonna use, but I might use them sometime, just not for these drawings because they don't sit flush on the wall, and the Mylar needs to be really like flat so that you can see the layers. So then I went back to school, and Jeff still hadn't printed it, but he was about to, and it took him like 30 minutes to get the printer to work. But I finally got it. They look awesome. The like fluorescent orange that I used, or like pastel-y orange that I used, turned out really, really pretty. So I have those ready for tomorrow. Other than that, I'm planning on using Lauren's iPad to put my video on display, looping on the wall, that I made last semester, because I think that'll be a nice little reminder. And I printed off all the pictures of the knives, so 15 8.5 by 11s on the wall of all the knives, and then a diagram that I also had from last semester is kind of like a check-in to see this is where I thought I would be and this is where I am, and this is kind of the stage that I'm at. And then I need to do, I want to have some quotes up from different things that I've read and have not mentioned before, and I don't know, I feel like I need some other sort of little collage-y things. I just feel like it never ends, like I need more, but it's, the whole point of this tomorrow is to have a check-in with everyone all at once and to get more ideas, because I really feel like I'm at a standstill and I don't have fresh ideas. I don't know where I'm going next. So it's really just to make us put everything up and be like, here it is. So I'm just really looking forward to getting some feedback basically from everyone. Update on fasting. I fasted Monday, I think I already mentioned that. But I got on the scale this morning and I'm like 4 pounds lighter all of a sudden. I was getting kind of frustrated because for a minute there, nothing was happening. And so I started out, I was like 170, which is the most that I've ever weighed. And it's not what I want to weigh. So this morning I was 166, which is awesome. My goal is to be like 155. I think I think it's a good place for me. My body type and being 5'8", everyone's different, so it's really about like how I feel, I think. And I feel a little bit nicer even with 4 pounds gone. So I'm excited about that, and that I seem to be doing the right thing. It's working. Just gotta keep it up. No more Chick-fil-A, just today. Now I am going to do my Linda tutorials for presentation design, because we have to do an hour of those every week, and of course I put it off to the last minute. I need to do that tonight and then think of what I'm going to say for thesis, and then once I've written all that down, I think it'll be clear what bits are missing and what I need to supplement. Waiting for Eric to get home, and then maybe we'll hang out and have some din together. But yeah, I do feel like a sense of calm. I'm not super stressed. I'm excited, I think. But I can't be bothered. It's partially like senioritis too. I can't be bothered much more. I used to would have stayed in studio until like 2 in the morning working on the stuff, and those days for school are behind me, and doing this creative stuff late into the night and freaking out about it, and I don't know, I'm just past it, which I'm so happy about, but I just can't do it anymore. I feel like I'm doing better work than I used to do, and I'm not stressing out as much, so I think that's how it's supposed to happen. So basically the summary of this clip is keep doing the same thing you're doing. Keep going. It's working. At the end of last semester I said a lot of things, and for the break I tried to
I find way more traction and fleshiness in the argument about spatial prosthetic. Like that one uses objects as a way to construct their identity, or that they're extensions of the self, et cetera, and that's available to thinking about spaces in the same capacity. Like that's the argument that I think you're one of the most compelling ones that I think you make, which in itself is very, very quite compelling. That one exercises their identity through collections of spaces.
Greetings. Hello. It's Friday and it's like 3:45. Oh man. So I wanted to film some stuff earlier this morning and my battery was dead. You know why my battery was dead? Because I filmed myself at the review yesterday and I was going to film all of it, but my battery ran out, and then I just didn't go home until 9 o'clock last night. I had my review at like 1 in the afternoon, and then we finished that at like 2:30. I had a meeting at 3:30, had to run home and get my car because Lauren was driving, and then go back to school for a class at 5:45 that didn't get out until about 8:30, and then I came home at 9. Eric, as I walked in the door, Eric gave me pasta and I was like, you're everything. Then we went to Public House and we could only stay out for like an hour, and then we were like, we had to go home. I had like 2 glasses of wine and I was like lit because I think it was because it was a fast day yesterday and I hadn't eaten anything besides a banana, and then I had that pasta, but it wasn't enough to like soak up all of the wine. It wasn't that much wine, but it was just enough to make me feel a little loopy. And I've just been exhausted today because it's just that hangover of A, wine, B, yesterday was just crazy. Thursdays obviously are always like that, but yesterday especially because of the review, I just feel like I got my butt kicked at that review. I mean, it was good, it went well, and everyone's like, you know what you're talking about, you just need to stop thinking about it so much and theorizing and analyzing, which is, those drawings that I did were analysis, obviously, which I really love those drawings and they were really cool looking, but I need to be creative. Why did I say that with like a Scottish accent? I need to be creative. That wasn't a Scottish accent either. But anyway, so yeah, this morning had to proctor the history exam, took home like 25 to grade, and then me and Lauren went to Kaizen for lunch because we were just like, we need it. And then I've just been home working out, paying some bills, and what else, just hanging out. Yeah. I'm so happy it's Friday. I'm about to go to Target, I think. I need some things, but I also just want to go to Target for my sanity. So yeah, that's what's happening. And then I'm gonna hang out with Eric later tonight and catch up on all the other things that aren't thesis. Eric bought the new first aid kit record. You love it?
Yeah.
We're trying to decide where to eat. Where are we gonna eat? Where are we gonna eat, baby?
Crystals?
Crystals? No. No. Eric's making biscuits. Saturday morning. Good morning, baby.
Morning.
Make some coffee.